And today I wanted to talk about, if you'd be willing to listen, I just thought I'd make a little video about expressing your irritation or anger or annoyance, your frustration. Expressing it, and is it bad? Like, how bad is it? Is it better to suppress it and be a good boy or a good girl according to the way we've been told and programmed? Or is it better to express it? I think it's better to definitely express it. And that it means if we're awarefully expressing it, or if we're lost in our thoughts and emotions and expressing it that way. With the exception of inflicting hurt and pain on others, like a man lashing out or a woman and punching or wrecking the place, trashing the place, throwing things around the place. That sort of severe violent behaviour. But I'm talking if we're more like just like a typical standard like yell or hired voice, or like, I'm sick of you doing that, like, I hate the way you do that, I wish you just stop doing this crap, I'm fed up of you doing this, like, why are you always leaving the place in such a mess all the time, and I'm tired coming home from work and the place is always in a mess. That type of thing, you know. Because the reason why it's good to express yourself rather than suppress. If you suppress yourself, what's happening is all of that hurt and pain is building up and being built up and pressurizing within you, and you're going to be carrying this as your pain body, as your accumulated pain, okay? And this isn't good for anybody. First of all, it's not a loving act upon yourself, because it's not nurturing you and making you lovelier and lighter and happier and more joyful and free and light. It's not making you more empowered and more aware. It's not nurturing your relationships for the better with people. So, a bit of water boiling there. So you want to love yourself, and second of all, it's not loving other people by suppressing it. You're doing other people out of the benefit of understanding you from communicating with them, be it in a belligerent, annoyed manner or not. You're doing other people out of the bonus of understanding you, from telling them that you're sick and tired of this. You'd love it if you just did that instead. You're fed up, okay? Or even you say you're selfish, you're always doing this. I know it's a blame, okay, and it is a bit of an attack. But the thing is, what if somebody is always taking advantage of you and being selfish? And you're a goody two-shoes and you're never saying it to them because you're afraid. And I know what that's like. Everybody knows what it's like. You don't want to be getting into fights with people, so we zip our tongue, zip our lips, zip our mouth, and then we just keep it to ourselves. And it adds up, and we feel... The thing is, when you do this, you're also hurting other people. Your pain body is there all the time, the pain, the hurt. And when you're going around in your society, in your world, in your life, this is affecting you all every single day, whether you know it or not. So it's affecting everyone you meet, whether you know it or not. It'll come up as you feeling more irritated and upset in life generally, with anybody. You'll be triggered and more sensitive easier. You become you're more irritable, moody, annoyed, frustrated person. So everybody suffers at the expense of you not expressing yourself. So that's why, my dear beautiful fellow friends and beings, that's why I think it's better to express yourself. Okay, so here's the second or the first part or the second part of this story, okay? What you want to do is you want to learn not to reach the point of feeling so upset in the first place. So you don't even have to express yourself. You get rid of the causes of you feeling irritated and upset and annoyed. So you're free. So it's a twofold process. Don't create any more pain for yourself. Second of all, remove the pain that's already there without it creating any more pain. Then you become increasingly more lighter and freer. So, beautiful flowers. Check them out. They're so beautiful, honestly. So now on to the next part, okay? The next part is focus on yourself and take responsibility. It's been shown, and it's all over the place. The same thing can happen to the same 2 people or the same 100 people. One person gets all upset and annoyed, the other person doesn't. This proves and shows it's not the outside situation that's causing the trouble. It's you. If you're upset, then there's something wrong with you, so to speak. It's you and your programming that's making you feel annoyed. But the thing is, most people are running around trying to change the outside situation. But really, all they have to do is change themselves. And that includes your attitude and interpretations, how you're seeing things, your programming, the way you automatically react to a situation. So look at yourself and see how you've been programmed to believe you need people to act a certain way for you to be happy, for you to be not stressed, for you to be okay and content. Look at all of your attachments, look at your thoughts, become more present in the moment and investigate and see how your thoughts are making you feel emotionally. See how that your thoughts and images and interpretations and assumptions, your fears, see how all of these things, you're making conclusions about people, what they're doing to you, and they're trying to rush you, they're trying to control you, they're trying to pressurize you, they're trying to belittle you. All of these assumptions, which when you believe them, you feel upset and annoyed and agitated. So look at your thoughts. And are your thoughts creating you disturbance? So be present now, in this moment, and see how you're feeling, and see what thoughts are going through your head, and what images and memories and imagining the future. Learn about the ego, which is a fine thing. I have no problem with the ego in the slightest bit. So learn about the ego and how understand it. Read some Eckhart Tolle books. Read some of my articles on Facebook. But it's just because I haven't got my books published yet, I'm making 2. It's better off just looking at, well, I don't know if it was probably as good or better to look at books already written. I recommend A New Earth by Eckhart Tolle, A New Earth, or The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. I also recommend YouTubing Eckhart Tolle, and I also recommend YouTubing and getting a book called Awareness by Anthony DeMello. It's on YouTube. It's a weekend talk, Awareness by Anthony DeMello. This will totally help you to understand and empower yourself. So, again, avoiding conflict with people. I'm not encouraging you to express yourself, okay? And then to enter into regular streams of arguments with people. This just adds to your own pain body and everybody's pain body and accumulated pain, suffering. What you want to do is consciously express yourself. Consciously, knowingly, awarefully if possible. And when you do this, you're enacting it, and it's like you can smile or laugh during or after you're expressing yourself. Most people get caught up in the emotion of the thoughts, so they just burst it all out when they don't even realise it. They've lost control and they're being controlled by their pain and their dark thoughts. So you want to step back into awareness as quickly as possible and realise you've been taken over. And when someone else has been taken over by dark automatic interruptions and conclusions and assumptions and interpretations, they're not able to listen anymore, so it's no point in trying to have a proper discussion with them. It's probably better off just leaving them to cool down a little bit and you cooling down a little bit, to find lightness and joy and peace again. And don't blame anybody for how you're feeling. Remember, it's not the outer thing that's happening that's causing you pain. It's you and your reaction. You needing things to be different. Of course you have preferences. You prefer peace and nice people, lovely behaving people. So I'm not saying stay in bad relationships or friendships. Invite people to change. Take responsibility for yourself. And if people aren't interested in changing or they don't improve their behaviour, then find new friends. If you want. That's what I do. But we're all individual and have free choice. And just always try and have an open, loving heart. Be heart-centred. So you're just spending less time with certain people. You're not sending them off to a dark, cold place. You're just spending less time with them because they're not nurturing you and you want to love yourself. So you want loving, nurturing people with you. But you're still there for the people who you may not spend too much time with anymore. If they decide to change or come to you, you can be there for them. Again, dear one, it's preferable to express ourselves, in my opinion, not to necessarily have to express ourselves in anger to other people, but if we do, it's good to gain awareness back as quickly as possible, like I was saying, and then tell them, like, sorry if I was, overly verbal with you, but the point beneath it all remained the same. I do really feel, and now you want to be open and honest. You want to tell them what's really bugging you. Tell them you'd love them to change, and you tell them that I'm sorry if I've been bugging you, and can I do anything to improve the situation myself? No attacking or blaming. Well, listen, I'm just a person on YouTube. I'm a person. But I'm a person, okay, who I have all the answers that I need. I find my own answers. What I'm trying to say is let us all be our own inner gurus. Don't just swallow someone else's advice or opinions the way I'm giving you my opinions. Don't just swallow it and add it to our own programming. Let's find a little bit of quiet space within us, or a bit of quiet time in our day, so we can reflect upon what we feel is right for us, what makes sense and what's proper for us. So we find our own answers to what's right for us in our lives. We don't just follow other people, other gurus or whatever. We can look and listen and learn from them, but we just take in what we feel resonates with us. So we become the empowered, powerful person who governs our life instead of a follower of other people. So I hope that makes sense, and feel free to keep gleaning or see if anything that I say resonates with you. But just become a powerful individual, okay? And know you've all the truth inside of you there. Just ask yourself questions and reflect and look and see what makes sense to you, okay? And in that way you can joyfully become the leader of your own life and find peace and strength knowing that you have the answers, okay? So thanks for watching, and please feel free to share your thoughts, subscribe and share the video, and say hi to me on Facebook or YouTube. See ya.